And now we head back east to Georgia, a state where major political miracles have been known to happen. We're about to meet Antonio Daza, who is running for Congress in Georgia's 11th district. Antonio is a political refugee from Venezuela, and he's become a citizen, followed the American dream, and he now is the owner of a dance studio. He's a proud member of the LGBTQ plus community, and his platform champions justice, democracy, equity, and equality. Also, he deserves our thanks for running against his opponent, Representative Barry Loudermilk, who is under investigation by the January 6th committee for leading a tour through the Capitol the day before the insurrection. Yep, real stand-up dude. Please welcome Antonio Daza.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Phil, Team 6, for the opportunity to be here and introduce myself. My name is Antonio Daza, and I am the Democratic nominee for Georgia's 11th Congressional District. I'm the candidate who supports, like you said, justice, democracy, equity, and equality. And I would like to tell you why these important ideas are the basis of my platform. As an immigrant, as a member of the LGBTQ plus community and a small business owner, I am qualified to see where we're falling short to address true liberty for all people in the United States. Back in 2020, George Floyd's murder put me on the streets with other members of my community, shouting for the voice of justice to be heard. I felt like I was 19 years old again, standing on the streets of Caracas and protesting the atrocities of Hugo Chavez's regime. The burning cars, the tear gas, the cries of pain, and my family calling me fearful for my safety. All of this was just too familiar to me. Of course, I was very scared, but I knew at that moment that I had to become involved in the forces shaping the direction of our country, forces that are moving us away from democracy. Then on January 6, 2021, I watched the news horrified at the events of the insurrection. And believe me, I know a coup when I see one. Let me share a little personal story with you. On February 4th, 1992, I was 9 years old. I remember that day vividly in my head. As I was getting ready to go to school that morning, my mom called me to the television and we watched the disturbing images of the Venezuelan army tanks approaching the Capitol. This was Hugo Chavez's first of 3 attempts at a coup against our democracy in Venezuela. So on January 6th last year, I realized that this was no longer a policy debate. This was not a political discourse between liberals and conservatives or Republicans and Democrats. This was a threat to our way of life, a threat to our democracy, a threat to the liberties and freedoms that we have built, that have built the United States into a global economic force, a place for hope, asylum, a place where I've planted my roots, and the place I'm so proud to call home. I was shocked to see how Barry Loudermilk voted to overturn a fair and legal election in support of a president who presumed himself to be unbeatable. This year, he also lied to all of us about the January 5th tour of the Capitol complex by insurrectionists and extremists who wanted to overthrow our democracy. So this was a threat to our way of life, a threat to our liberties, our freedoms, and the foundations of this country. So that's when my calling took shape, and I filed to run against him. Look, justice, democracy, equity, and equality are not just words or ideas to me. These are real things that can be taken away. I've seen it happen, and I'm watching it happen again right now in this country. And that is ultimately why I'm running for Congress. So the choice is clear. I'm the outsider with fresh ideas who will listen to the people of my district, while Barry is the insider who recycles the ideas of others and refuses to meet with the people he represents. So now is the time to put someone in office who will fight against tyranny and who will fight for the rights of all people and who will be your voice. So if you're tired and disgusted with the representation we have under extreme right-wing conservative extremists like Barry Loudermilk, I'm going to ask for your support. Follow me on social media, all of them, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, all under Vote Daza 2022. Volunteer, visit our website, votedaza.com. That's VOTEDAZA.com, and donate to our campaign. It will take all of our actions to replace Barry with a person who truly cares about people, their needs, and their dreams. Now is the time to put someone in office who will fight for you, for your family, for your neighbors, and for everyone in America. So my name is Antonio Daza. I am the Democratic nominee for Georgia's 11th Congressional District, and I will fight for justice, democracy, equity, and equality. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for your support.
Thank you so much, Antonio. And now let's meet Field Team 6 super organizer who does so much that we call her the czar of most things. It's SHARON LORD GREENSPAN.
I do a lot for Field Team 6 because I absolutely love the organization. And the more I do, the more I can keep my anxiety at bay. I run our postcarding program with my partner, Janet Ho. I work on the newsletter. I run all of our Zoom rooms. I also update our volunteer ops page, which is very important because that's where everybody goes to find out what they can do to help save democracy. I'm incredibly proud of our postcarding program. We'll definitely hit 1 million before the election.
We are at Linda Lauer's house tonight for a postcard writing party.
Our volunteers, we have so many and they're working so hard. I'm not sure that anyone really thought that postcards was going to be an effective way to get people registered. But in our database, we have some unregistered voters who don't list a phone number that can be texted or called. And so the only way to reach them is by snail mail. And that's us. That's where we come in. No voter left behind.
Hold the floor. A 24-hour marathon people's filibuster. Raising money for voter registration renegades. Field Team 6.
I love Field Team 6 because there's an element of joy and humor.
Just you wait.
Hey, it's Sharon from Field Team 6 coming at you from a closet.
And here's you registering to vote.
Maybe some people need doom and gloom to get them going. I need the opposite. There's always something we can do.
This country is bigger than you and me.
Let's never stop fighting.
I will not yield.
Let's make each other laugh.
Field Team 6.
Because laughing and joy in the face of this crap is subversive. I don't get out of bed for anything more than free, so.
Yeah.
Thank you for devoting your brilliance, your heart, your humor, and countless hours to the cause, Sharon.